Because, it's acne is just an endless cycle. You get the breakout, then you get the hyperpigmentation. The hyperpigment stays for months. Then by the time it kind of clears, you get another breakout.
Hey y'all, my name is Denasia and I'm a 24-year-old type A black girl from Las Vegas. I currently live in Jersey, working as a corporate girly in the beauty industry.
Hey y'all, my name is Faith, and I'm a 25-year-old type A black girl from AZ living in Denver, working as a corporate girly in tech.
When it comes to life, it's literally always something, especially as a type A black girl.
No matter what area you're in, Girl Talk always makes it better.
Get ready to enjoy an hour of us yapping about friendships, relationships.
And things we've learned along the way as type A black girls. Hope you enjoy.
Hi guys, welcome back.
Hi everyone, welcome to season 10 of Type A Black Girls.
Once again, a very long season. We don't know what episode this is. We just know it's in the future.
And we know it's live, okay? Because
Yeah.
we really didn't like so many non-live episodes. But let's go ahead and get straight into the classroom announcements. First, please follow us on Instagram. We do have a follower goal, and we're getting close. Honestly, with some of our newer episodes for season 10, we got closer to the number, but we're not at the number. So please follow us on Instagram if you're not already. Also, send your questions, your lore, your stories, your advice to free suggestion box, and we'll answer it at the end of every episode. Also, Type A Black Girl of the Month is coming back. We've had Type A Black Girl of the Month for January, February, and March. So shout out to them, but also please interact and repost if you'd like to be in the running, because that's how you can be in the running, especially those YouTube comments, because that does help our algorithm, but also Instagram, because again, it does help just with the interaction overall. And finally, please join our group me, and please add a picture, because the amount of bots we've had in Asia, the amount of things that Asia has had to block has been very insane. So please add a picture so we can make sure that you can be involved with the Type A Black Girl community.
Yeah, please. I'm telling you right now, if you go and you try to get into the group me right now, if I don't see a black girl in the profile picture, I'd be declining it. I'm not gonna lie. Because I just don't know who's real and who's not. So if you have a bio or you have a picture, I will let you in. If not, I'm assuming you're trying to sell us a PlayStation. And we didn't
Yeah.
have that too many times of people
Too many.
coming in there trying to scam us. So yeah, keep that in mind. And I think that's all, moms.
That's all, Mom.
Book club at the moment is on hold. We'll probably come back with new
Yeah,
book
but
club announcements
we
soon.
are doing the quarterly kind of pajama party. So the pajama party will be in April. I don't think we set a date yet, but by the time this comes out, the date will be on our Instagram. So that's why you have to follow us on Instagram. And honestly, one of the girlies in our last pajama party was like, "I found my community," and I think that's all you have to know. That's literally
That's
all you
all
have
we
to know.
want. That's all we want.
All we want. So
A
it's
win.
maybe an hour to an hour and a half of just girl talk, questions, just chit chat, get to know the other type of black girls. Something cute. Most likely will be on a Sunday. Just relax, and it's really just really cute girl time. So definitely make sure you RSVP, because it's limited spots. But yeah, April will be our next pajama party. But moms, please, who do we have on the call?
So we have a special guest on the call. If you guys are watching on YouTube, which you should be, and subscribing, you'll see Morgan here. Everybody would say hi, Morgan.
Hello,
No one.
everyone.
I was gonna say we're not gonna hear y'all, but hopefully you hear us.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome, Morgan. She is the founder of SkinSavior NYC, a lifestyle and wellness brand rooted in transforming not just your skin, but your self esteem. After countless years of battling personal skin troubles, Morgan had an impact. It had an impact on her self esteem, and she truly found the solution to troubled skin was not only what she's putting on her face, but also in her body. So, shout out to Skin Savior. It's not only her passion, but her life's work, and she aims to change the narrative from quick fits to promoting holistic wellness. So, and she's an Aquarius. So, shout out to the air signs. Hey, come
Oh,
on.
Yes, yes. Thank you for the warm welcome. I appreciate it. I'm
yes,
so
thank
happy to be
you.
here.
Yeah, we're happy to have you and to be talking about skincare because we've had a lot of the girlies in our free suggestion bots, like, and even our DMs, DM us and be like, can you guys talk about skincare, wellness, like your skincare routines? And we never even got around to having an episode about that. So we're happy that you're here, and shout out
Yeah.
to Kristen for connecting us,
Shout
and
out to Chris.
very
Mhm.
excited. But if you guys are new here, we do this thing called Rosebud and Thorn. Rose is something good during your week, Thorn is something negative during your week, and Bud is what you're looking forward to next week. We haven't done this in a minute. So, Morgan, this is going to be the first time, I think, almost all year that we've had like a real Rosebud and Thorn.
Yeah.
So, if you want to kick us off, tell us about your week.
Yes. Okay, my rose. What's good happened this week? It's gonna sound cliche, but honestly, y'all, I'm just happy to be here. I was traveling a couple of days ago, and the way that turbulence was feeling,
Oh,
ooh, girl, I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure. I had to say my prayers. Turbulence is cool, not when you're landing, not when you're landing. It was so bad to the point that the pilot, as we're descending, he decided to go back up and spin or do a loop. Right, right. So
right.
in that moment, whew, I was saying every prayer under the sun. The woman next to me was trying to talk to me. I said, I can't talk to you. I have to say a prayer. So that's the rose. I'm happy to be here. The good Lord carried me through. He made sure I had a safe
Okay.
landing.
Listen, I would have
Now,
had everybody on that plane holding hands in a group
Yeah.
prayer. Yes,
and
no.
that's oh my goodness, that's another thing. It was a small plane, so there was only two seats on either side of the aisle, so we felt everything. So I'm
Mhm.
grateful to be here to just to
Yeah.
reiterate that.
Yeah.
My bud, honestly, is that spring has sprung. I feel like the winter can just make people so, I mean, not only can it make people dry and agitated, it makes your skin dry and agitated too. So that's tough. The warm weather is here, longer days. It's not pitch black at 5 p.m. So,
Mm.
Mhm.
you know, seasonal depression, who, like never met her, never heard of her.
Ever.
Now that
Don't know who she
now that
is.
the spring is here. And my thorn, y'all, they got me. New York City, New York City always has its hand out, okay? And they got me. I racked up a couple $100 in tickets and parking tickets, and they're due this week. So unfortunately, I'm gonna have to hand that over.
Oh,
I really don't like spending my own money, but I also don't like a boot on my car. So I'm gonna handle that.
Mhm.
right, right. No, New York is always scamming. I mean, every time I
No.
walk outside, they charge me to breathe.
Hello.
My electric bill for this past month, I don't even want to just.
No, it really is a scam.
Let's just say I've never seen an electric bill that high. I called my mom and she said, in all my years of paying electric bills, I have never seen a number in that high of hundreds.
Mind you, Denaja's never home. Denaja's
Never.
always at work.
Which is why I
Okay.
had to call PSE&G and cuss them out on Monday because I said I'm not home. You guys are scamming me. I'm not
Hello.
running the heat when I'm gone.
Yeah,
Like, what's going
Yeah.
on? Who's responsible?
because it's not me.
D-
Hello.
Hello.
Quick,
Mm-hmm.
quick tangent. Are y'all getting the 25% tariffs yet on y'all electricity?
What?
I don't believe so.
Maybe
Yeah.
that's why mine was so high because I'm
Well,
I,
confused.
he just put it into effect. Well, Canada said it's going to hit Minnesota, New York. I don't think if it was going to hit New Jersey, but basically they was playing tariff wars, and he was like, okay, well, since are in charge of a lot of y'all electricity, cool. We gonna put some tariffs on that too. So that's what I was thinking. I was like, oh, it's probably expensive because of that, but he just put it into effect. So I would just keep that in mind. If it look expensive,
just wait. Just wait.
Hey, just know any type of website that I usually be ordering from like the Opali's of the world or like
you do.
Mhm.
any type of European boutique I'm on there. Their tariffs are definitely in place because they're adding that on top of the shipping. And I'm like,
Mm.
well,
I
what's
haven't
going on
shopped in a
here?
while. I can say I gave up shopping for Lent, y'all, because I have a shopping problem.
Oh, you're
So,
so strong. Me too.
so we'll see come Easter. We'll see come Easter.
Yeah, girl, I have a
Yeah.
shopping problem too, and
Yeah,
between
maybe
this
this.
and the Pretty Little Thing rebrand, I don't know.
Right. Maybe this will be a catalyst for all of us to scale back on the shopping a little or just shop more intentionally, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
I
mean, I
told
guess we won't have a
myself,
choice.
no, we really don't have no choice. But I was like, I'm gonna. I did. I pretended like I was a millionaire sister come Christmas, and I had to just basically reel it in and being like, "Hey, like you're buying a house in a year and some change. Like we do have to
Right.
lock in." So I was like,
Okay.
"Okay, I'm gonna do like a no buy, low spend or whatever." And I'm already not a big shopper. Like especially if y'all been listening for some time, even for a few episodes, y'all know I'm not a big spender. But I told myself I can't go thrifting until June. Like I'm not buying any new clothes this year, and I'm only
Nice.
thrifting. It's been so hard not to go to the thrift store. Like I've been I want to put my audiobook on and go to the bins and dig and find treasures. That's what I want to do. But on the weekends, I've turned to baking, and let's just say I'm Nara Smith. Like it,
Hey.
Oh.
girl, when I tell you, girl, I'm talking about cinnamon rolls, Hawaiian rolls, cookies, bagels,
Mm.
English muffins. It's gotten so granola in here over the span of like I'm just a very extreme person, so I can't do anything like 50%. It's
I'm the
It's
same
really
getting
way.
hard.
real Martha Stewart.
I'm
I
the same
mean,
way.
my sisters call me what is it, Betty Crocker or George Foreman. Those are the two. Um so yeah, it's been really fun. Y'all will hear more on whenever we get to RBT because me and Anasia haven't seen each other.
I'm like, who is this on my screen? We haven't seen each other actually in so well. Actually, it hasn't been that long because we just
but
filmed but like
then
caught
again,
up for real.
we haven't
Right.
caught up in
Isn't
ages.
that so hard having like a long distance bestie? We don't talk about it enough.
It
Don't
takes a toll.
it takes
Okay?
And
it
when you
takes
do catch up, set a few hours aside. Like,
Minimal.
and the
A whole
thing is
day.
our podcast really is the catch up because we'll be like, okay, we have to do all the admin work, and then we're like, okay, we spent an hour on admin work. We have to get to the episode, and whatever catch up we have, that's not the topic. Then we'll catch up, and then we'll see each other maybe in a week or a week and a half or two,
Oh my
you
like
goodness.
know?
like now.
Right.
Yeah. So business partners and friends, that overlap is even harder.
I
Crazy.
get it.
Um, but like we told Morgan at the top of this, right before we started this episode, we love to go on tangents, but we really want to get into who Morgan is and her brand. So Morgan, please tell us about your skincare journey and how you started SkinSavior NYC.
Yeah, so I mean, I've struggled with acne and hyperpigmentation for as long as I can remember. I was an early bloomer, so I started like menstruating when I was 10 years old. So with those fluctuations of hormones and coming into myself came fluctuations with my skin. So that was when I was a preteen and it carried out through high school. It was very persistent, very persistent. I was back and forth for to the dermatology office, trying everything under the sun. Nothing was working. And it really started to eat at my self-esteem. I can vividly remember in high school, I was on the tennis court with one of my classmates, and we were talking about something, and she was like, you're a pretty girl. You just have all that shit on your face.
Oh,
Dagger through my
Oh.
heart drops to my stomach. And I was already struggling with it internally
yeah,
because, it's acne is just an endless cycle. You get the breakout, then you get the hyperpigmentation. The hyperpigment stays for months. Then by the time it kind of clears, you get another breakout. But in that moment, I just felt so small. And again, I had already been internally like self-conscious about it, but for someone to bring it to my face and say it directly to me, and this was before, I knew what a microaggression was or anything of the sort, but I was just like, I just know I don't like the way I feel right now. Again, I feel small, I feel helpless, I feel frustrated. And again, I was probably 16 at that point. So again, that's
mm,
6 years after my first period. And again, it just was vicious, the acne. And again, the dermatology appointments, they simply were not enough. Western medicine was created to manage, not cure. So, and
Mm.
I've been working in dermatology for the past 5 years, ever since I graduated college in 2020. So I've seen both sides of it. I've seen it from a patient standpoint where, you go to, and, derm visits, they're really succinct and very concise. They're very quick. They
very.
look at your skin. They're not getting to the nitty gritty. They're just like,
Mm.
okay, let me write this off. Maybe an antibiotic or maybe a topical. See you in 3 months, maybe if your schedule like aligns. So it's not really educational based. You're not really understanding. Also, antibiotics can wreak havoc on your gut health. they also can become, you can gain a resistance towards them. So after a while, they just won't work as effectively. So it just seemed like I was always given band-aid solutions. Like maybe it would work for a little bit, but nothing. I just always would end up right back at square one. So it wasn't until I went off to college. So at this point, I'm like 20, 21, well, 18, 20, 21. And I started seeing an esthetician myself, who's now become my mentor. And she really was thorough and taught me how, what you're putting in your skin and your lifestyle habits, how they have an impact on your overall skin health. And this was so unprecedented to me. Again, I had, at this point, I had spent 10 years battling acne and hyperpigmentation and all of the self-esteem issues that came along with it, and nobody had ever told me. And I thought something was fishy because I'm like, it can't be hormones. It can't just be hormones. Like I have been like, I'm 20, I'm 21. It can't be hormones anymore. We can't blame that. So again, that's where I saw that gap in the industry. I was like, not a lot of people are educated on skin being your largest organ, and coming with what comes with that. Our motto at SkinSavior New York is clear skin starts from within. So really nourishing your skin from the inside out and upholding daily lifestyle habits and practices that encourage your overall skin health. So that really laid the foundation for the brand, just really, again, my passion and also how I showed up for myself and for people once my skin was clear. It had a tremendous domino effect on just who I am as a person. And even like getting in front of a camera like this and being able to talk to you guys, like it was definitely something that was not possible back then. I mean, I literally would get out of bed and just feel crippled. And like I had to, before I could even run an errand, I felt like I had to put something on my face, so yeah, that's where it all started. It all began.
Ooh,
Wow. You have quite the testimony because
that's
I'm
the
telling you
story.
right now, hearing that at 16, what that girl said to you
Mm.
Yeah, it stuck
would have
with me
wrecked me.
clearly.
16 is already hard enough just on its
Yeah,
Okay.
own as a year.
yeah.
So,
And it's
Okay.
like,
And I went to an all-girls school too, so it was vicious.
oh
It was
ooh,
God.
vicious. Yeah.
it was
Mm-hmm.
Real
pretty
down and
cool.
dirty. Yeah, she's on our list. We have a running list of
We have a
people that are
running
our
list.
ops. She's on it.
Oh, absolutely. She is.
Cindy, you're on the list, okay? Oh my gosh, that's literally so cool. And so, when did your skin finally clear? And what was like the or what did your mentor tell you that you were like, okay, I'm doing this, my skin's clear, I feel like a whole new person?
So for me personally, it was inflammatory diet. So
Mm,
currently, I am dairy free. I always tell people I didn't choose this lifestyle, it chose me. If I had it
yeah.
my way, I wouldn't have to get down like this. But unfortunately, dairy is my acne trigger. And there's a multitude
Mm,
of acne triggers. It could be stress management, it could be gut health, it could be so many different factors, hormonal imbalance, but mine was inflammatory diet. And dairy causes inflammation in the body, and acne is inflammation of the skin. So,
mm,
and at first I was really stubborn. I was like, nah, like that can't be the solution. Like that can't be the solution. No. And like I would slowly try to like wean off, and then I was like, okay, my skin's good. Like let me just like indulge a little ice cream. And then literally the next morning I would have a crater on my face. And I was like, no,
Oh
she's
my
right.
God.
She knows what she's talking about. But now I always say everything in moderation. Like if it's a holiday or it's my birthday, please, we're going to indulge a little,
yeah.
but just again incorporating lifestyle habits that will kind of counteract that. I really like to focus on like anti-inflammatory supplements, so like ginger or turmeric, and I drink green tea every night that has a ton of antioxidants. I'm a matcha girl, so that helps too. So really just finding that balance. That is what happened. I really had to, again, clear skin starts from within. I really had to decide what was more important to me, pizza or clear skin. And
Mm,
unfortunately, I mean, fortunately, it was the clear skin. But, there's so many dairy-free options and alternatives these days.
Yeah.
So it's a little easier now than it was then.
I
yeah.
was gonna say, I think now's the time of ever to be dairy free because you can get
Mhm.
any type of thing dairy free, gluten free, whatever free you want, and it's a lot
Hmm.
easier to find than like even 5 years, even 2020. I don't think I saw
Right.
that many options. So
Mhm.
Yeah. I
yeah,
mean, there's a caveat. You do have to be careful because I mean, there you don't know. It's just something in everything. Like now, my new hyperfixation is microplastics.
Ooh, that's rough.
oh, Don't even get me started.
I know, I know. Honestly, ignorance is bliss. Sometimes I wish I didn't know all that I know. I'm like, dang, y'all could have just not told me that.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Yeah,
Yeah.
I that's scary because I haven't deep dived into microplastics. I keep seeing it on my feed and I just keep on scrolling because I have enough to worry
Good for
about.
you. Good for
You
you. And
know?
that's what I should have done.
Yeah. You're like one scroll away from a rabbit hole.
Yeah, every
And then
day.
you're like, I
Protect
get
your peace.
yeah,
Protect your peace, okay?
absolutely. Maybe for like the dairy-free girls that are like getting into the whole dairy-free thing, what have been some of your favorite brands? Because I know sometimes it's like, this doesn't taste the best.
You know, okay, my way of dairy free is honestly just acting as if dairy doesn't exist. So I really,
Mm,
yeah, that's what, because I find personally, I don't really like the dairy free alternatives. I mean, I like my almond milk and like my almond milk creamer, but that's super basic. I'll get whatever's in the store. I just make sure it doesn't have a whole bunch of sugar in it.
gotcha.
But yeah, again, I know I'm not really selling it, am I? But I really just try to pretend like, you know, I would just alternatives. So like if I was at an ice cream place, I would get like like sherbet. They call it
Sorbet.
sherbet. Some people call it sherbet. Some people call it
Oh
sorbet.
yeah.
Things
Gotcha.
like that. Because even like when I find at ice cream places when they try to remix it, it doesn't have. I really like my ice cream to be like creamy or like my cheese to be stringy. It doesn't hit the same. And also, it's been so long since I've indulged in like real dairy that sometimes even when I do like have a little cheat day or something, it just doesn't hit the same. It just doesn't hit the
Yeah.
same to me. I feel like my taste buds have been re-engineered. Maybe I'm just gaslighting myself. I don't know, but
Hey,
it helps. It helps.
Yeah.
Whatever works, whatever
Mhm.
works.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's like vegan options too. Like I find like if I ever went vegetarian, I would just have to avoid all things that would be the vegan or vegetarian version of meat. Like, why would I get a bean burger? I know it's not going to taste like a burger. Let me just stick with an option
Right.
that I know has no meat in it versus
Yeah.
trying to like
Hmm.
replicate meat. It doesn't taste the same, and now I'm hungry and upset.
Exactly. It's all about perspective. It's all about perspective.
Yeah,
Really, really.
I
Oh my
agree.
God.
I
You're
agree.
so strong.
Yeah, I was gonna say because cutting out cheese alone, girl, I think I have cheese every
No,
day. You
I
are
know. I know.
strong.
Again, I might just be supreme at gaslighting myself into believing like, oh, that's not going to be that good, or no. And again, I get into the mindset like, at what cost? At what cost?
Yeah,
I'm there.
for
Yeah.
sure. Because
All the
Mm-hmm.
acne will tear you down. Like not being able to make
Right.
eye contact with somebody because like I'm looking at you and I know you're looking at my face. I know my face looks
Right.
crazy right now is the worst
It's like
feeling.
they're seeing right through you, and you're like, okay, I see where this
Yeah.
conversation's going.
Yeah. No,
yeah.
I had like a really bad breakout that lasted like honestly, I think my skin just changed. Like when I turned
Mhm.
21, it was like my
Oh,
skin did a complete 180. It was insane. I'd had
Yeah.
clear skin all as like childhood, teenager, and then I turned 21 and all of a sudden it was like everything that it worked stopped working. I couldn't figure out what was going on. I was breaking out constantly. I like my skin, like my body, eczema.
Ooh.
Never had
Yeah.
eczema before. All of a sudden had eczema. I'm going to the dermatologist and the doctor is like, we're gonna put you on triamcinolone. And my mom is like, okay, but you got to be careful because of steroid withdrawals. That's a whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
So literally, like for from 2021 through like 2023, I think it was probably 2023 is when my skin actually started clearing up again. It was like
Nice.
me going through like teenage type acne as a grown adult, and I was like, I thought I got over this hump. I thought I was now past the age of my skin acting
Right.
up, but adult acne was like a whole different ball
It's a
game, and I was
beast.
like, I don't even know how to handle this. I was on every TikTok trying to figure out what to do, and
oof.
just
I
like
know.
buying
I
every
know.
product on the market.
So
Oh,
what ended up helping?
I did Epiduo Forte. I don't know if that's
Okay.
how you say it, but I did
Yeah, no,
that
that's
and that
right.
helped. And at first it was hell because like the first 3 weeks I was on it, my skin was burning like like I couldn't even put anything on my face. Like
Mm-hmm.
I would touch it and it was burning.
Ooh,
And the dermatologist, I reached out and I said, I think you got me the wrong thing because what is going on here? And he was like, no, keep doing it. So I've been
right.
on that ever since. But it took me a while to get to that point because every single time that I would do it, my skin would start burning and I would think I'm doing something wrong and I would
Something
stop.
wrong, right?
So I had to continue it. But up until that point, I was using every damn retinol, salicylic
Mhm.
acid, like basically just ruining my skin barrier up until that point, which
Right.
probably, made it worse. So it
Of
was a lot
course.
of trial and error and a lot of
Right. It
money.
always gets worse before it gets better.
Right, right. Now
Hmm.
I'm good, but it took a lot to get to that point because it was crazy.
Goodness gracious. Don't have a story like that. But I can't I can't help
God's favorite. God's favorite.
I I might have one thing or another, but I really can't insert myself into these stories because I'll be like, okay, girl. But what are some challenges that you've noticed that Black women specifically are facing in the beauty slash skincare industry?
You know, I Black women are often they're an afterthought in many industries, but definitely in the skincare industry. When chemists are in the lab cooking up new product formulations, or scientists are in the lab cooking up new laser devices, Black women are not at the forefront of their brain. It's like, if this works for a person of color, cool. If not, that's cool too. Like, definitely not target demographic in most situations. So that can be difficult to find effective products. It can also be difficult because also that has a domino effect on trainings in the industry. So what I found working in the industry, so I used to work my first cosmetic dermatology position. I started out in 2020 doing medical and surgical derm. So think everything derm under the sun, like Dr. Pimple Popper, cysts, excisions, eczema, rosacea, psoriasis. Started out there. In 2021, I moved on and specialized in cosmetic derm. I started working downtown in Tribeca. For those of you who don't know, Tribeca is one of the most affluent, like, New York City neighborhoods outside of like the Upper East Side. So when I was working at that practice, we were only attracting a very niche demographic of people. Only like 5% of our clientele were people of color. And when I say people of color, I'm talking about anybody with some melanin in their skin, or even like that's not a white person. So even like an Asian person. Um, and what I found is the practitioners, they would be under treating, again, the 5% of skin of color that was coming in because they didn't feel comfortable or confident treating their skin accurately. So, and as a practitioner, I'm all for under treating. I feel like, not, I'm sorry, I'm not all for under treating, but I'm all for erring on the side of caution, especially if you're unfamiliar with something. But it comes with a disadvantage to, Black people and Black women and other people of color, because here you are seeking a treatment. Your provider doesn't feel comfortable treating you to the extent that you probably could be treated to get the most advantageous result. So you're spending more money because you have to get more treatments, because you're not getting treated as best as you possibly can, because there's not that level of education that's involved. So that's why I always recommend anyone to, if you are interested in seeking cosmetic treatments professionally, just ensure that the person that you are seeking out has demonstrated the capability to treat skin of color, like skin that looks like yours, skin that has the same texture as yours, the same hyperpigmentation, acne as yours. Because if not, you really run the risk of just being undertreated or improperly treated. That's another thing. Like, the misinformation is just running rampant, especially now with like Skin Talk. I had a client the other week. She had bought a at-home laser hair removal device because she had finished her laser treatments and she just wanted to do her own maintenance at home. And she bought a device that would have burned her skin. Thank God she ran it um, by me before she had already purchased it, but she hadn't used it yet. And she has a wedding in the summer, so I can only imagine how that would have went
Woo.
had she used that device that was not for her skin type. And that's another thing, like, she probably could have easily Googled it, but who knows what Google would have said. It might have said, yeah, that's okay, use it. So yeah, just really the misinformation and the gaps of education and skilled providers. I mean, luckily in New York City, there's a dime a dozen, but if you're like living somewhere where, again, Black people are an afterthought, it can be extremely challenging to find a practitioner that really is going to take the best care of your skin and get you the result that you want in a timely fashion without spending out, like, millions of dollars before you get to your desired result.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's so scary.
Mm-hmm.
It's
That is so scary.
terrifying. It honestly, like, it rips me to shreds every time I see just procedures gone wrong. And that's another thing. We, as people of color, we are more prone to hyperpigmentation as well. So you really, that's another challenge. So you really, and like hypertrophic scarring, which is like keloiding and things like that. So you really just have to seek out someone who's educated and again has demonstrated, that they know what they're doing, because it's tough. It's tough.
Yeah. I can say I'm personally a victim of skin talk. I mean, those girlies were being like, day one, retinol, day two, the strongest chemical you can find, day three, the second strongest, day four,
Literally.
repeat. And I was like, okay, girl, like,
No, that is
skin
my
is so
fear.
up.
No, seriously, the overexfoliation, like you said, just ripping apart your skin barrier, thinking that the aggressive is better. Like slow and steady wins the race. Slow and steady wins the race. I know I always say acne wasn't formed overnight. It's not going to clear overnight. You really have to be patient. So yeah, I
Mhm.
get it, but I get it. I mean, I used literally when I was a kid and I was struggling with acne. This was before Skin Talk, but I was on the internet on Google. I knew what microdermabrasion was before I could even get microdermabrasion. Like I think you can only get it if you're 18 years old. But I was like, this is what, as soon as I turn 18, I'm gonna get this, and I'm in the kitchen doing DIY and
Right.
just anything, like anything.
Mm.
Yeah,
So
it's
at its
crazy.
base, like what do you for the girlies that are in Skin Talk and you're like, do not be on Skin Talk like that, like as a basis, what should the girlies be doing?
As a basis, start out with a good cleanser. Let's not, I mean, a good cleanser can just go a long way. We cannot sleep on a good cleanser. But when I say good, I mean a cleanser that is suitable for your skin type. So I always tell my oily skin girlies to reach for a foaming cleanser. Foaming cleansers are really great at breaking down dirt and oils. My dry skin girlies, I say reach for a hydrating cleanser. My rule of thumb is that after you cleanse your face with whatever cleanser you're using, your skin should not feel dry or tight. It should feel just like balanced and healthy before you put anything else on. If your skin's feeling dry and tight, that means that your product is a little too stripping. So yeah, definitely start with a good cleanser. But with that, you also have to make sure you're using your cleanser. So washing your face twice a day. I know at the end of the day, everyone can get a little tired, but washing your face at night is extremely important. Nighttime is when your skin repairs itself. And especially if you're in in New York, think about all the pollution and everything that's in the air, the smoke. That's all is sitting on your skin. So if you're not washing that off at night, you're just clogging your pores, you're accelerating your aging process, and just it's just not good. So yeah, reach for that cleanser that's suitable for your skin type and make sure you're using it twice a day.
Mm.
Mm.
Make sure you're using it twice a day. Let's see, also a good exfoliator, a gentle but effective exfoliator. Again, we don't have to go so crazy. We don't have to be balls against the wall, just stripping our skin. That again, slow and steady wins the race. Exfoliation is imperative for a good skincare routine because it is getting those dead skin cells off and revealing new radiant skin and giving again just getting those dead skin cells off, decongesting the skin. My favorite is our clarifying polish at SkinSavior New York. I keep it on me, keep it on me.
Yeah, I
Period.
was just about to
Yes,
I was
yes.
just about to ask because I was like, oh, I don't exfoliate. I clean my face, put that lotion on, and call that a day. Like that. I'm like,
You
yeah, I did it.
know,
We're good.
and that's exactly why our cleansing or our clarifying polish was our first product because I'm like, there's so many times I run into people and I'm like, you're not exfoliating. Like you have to get those dead skin cells off some way, somehow. And ours is it combines physical exfoliation with chemical exfoliation. So it has like that fine
Mm.
gritty texture, but it's super gentle, not abrasive at all. Don't like just really, really, really gentle. And then again with the chemical exfoliants of salicylic acid, glycolic acid, are and just like brightening ingredients that in conjunction work extremely effectively. And it works for your face and your body. It's honestly like a spa treatment all in one. I was a little tentative to put it out there. I'm like, my clients aren't going to need me anymore after they get this product in their hand. It's so good. But yeah, a good exfoliator. Please, please, please get that dead skin up off you. Get it up off you.
When you say you see people and say, "Oh, you need to start exfoliating," what about their face gives they don't exfoliate?
Just dullness, like lackluster. It just looks like, I mean, I have a trained eye, so for
Yeah.
me, I can I feel like I can almost practically see the dead skin cells, but just again dull. And you say like, okay, like you're getting your water intake, you're moisturizing, you're wearing your sunscreen, but people who are often looking for like a luminous glow, and they're like, oh, like I'm trying to do everything and I just like can't get that healthy glow. I'm like, well, are you exfoliating? They're like, oh, maybe that's what it is. I'm like, yeah, that
That's what it
might be
is.
it. That's what it is. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I
The
remember I
women.
saw an interview like years ago of Pharrell, and someone asked him like, "How is your skin so perfect?" And he was like, "I exfoliate." I don't know what about that stuck with me all these years, but I said, "Oh, I will be exfoliating weekly with
Shout
my
out to
life."
Pharrell. Shout out to Pharrell. I actually had the pleasure of treating Pharrell last year. Literally,
Really?
yes, put my hands to his face. It was
Oh
an
my
incredible
gosh!
experience. Yes, I was working at the time alongside the chief dermatologist for his or their skincare line, Human Race. So I was afforded that opportunity, and he's incredible. Literally so sweet. He's such a simple man. Like I was a little nervous the day leading up to it, but as the day came, I was like, you know what, I got this. And he like made me feel even more comfortable. He was like, don't be all up, like, don't stress anything, like you got this. And yeah, it was great. It was such an honor. I couldn't believe it. At 26 years old at the time, I was like, this is not my life. But this is what I moved to New York for. Like I was like,
Right.
finally, I'm reaping what did they say? Reaping the fruits of my labor? Something
Yeah,
like, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
the fruits of your rent, the fruits of your labor, the fruits of your everything. Like
Okay.
you reaped it
the
for
fruits of
sure.
Yeah.
New York City. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, hello, because I'm not here cramped up with roommates and seeing rats cross the street and everything else for nothing, okay? With this high rent, like I came here for a reason, on a mission to empower others and get them to feel this way. And yeah, it was incredible. It was incredible, honestly.
Wow. I know
Highlight
he walked
so
out of
far.
there glowing. The man's already naturally glowing, but I know he walked out of there shining
Right,
because
even more, even more.
Was that like your like wow I've made it moment, or was there one before that?
That was like a wow, I've made it. But honestly, you know how it is, as a type A black girl, like I rarely have a moment where it's like, wow, I've made it. Like I might hit one like goal and then I'm already thinking about the next one, which is it's
mm,
really unhealthy. I'm really trying to get better at again smelling the roses, taking a deep breath to be appreciative. I journal. My journal is like my like number one form of therapy. So really to just, and I love it too because it's documenting, the days and how my feelings, and it's going to be incredible to look back on one day. And even now, like even like a couple months, it's like, okay, like this is how I was feeling a couple months ago. This is how I feel today. Because as an Aquarius, y'all mentioned I'm an air sign. The wind blows, I always say the wind blows one way, I feel great. The wind blows another way, I'm in shambles. Like
yep.
it's really it's all up here. I can't explain it. Don't ask me to. But yeah, so like I really do try to be grateful and just be present. But again, I always am striving for more, which is a good thing, but it comes at a cost.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's real gone with the wind over here too. Like
Okay, gone with the wind, fabulous.
man, okay. But like on that note, who's been like the most exciting or your most like you walked away from that client thinking, "Oh my god, I can't believe I just touched their skin."
Honestly, it probably was Pharrell just because he's such a legend. Like,
Yeah.
honestly, now my life has forever changed. Anytime I hear like a Pharrell sample or any old Pharrell song, I be feeling myself. I can't lie. I'd be like, oh my goodness, like this. And also, he's just such a multi hyphenate too. So, like, music aside, now he has the skincare thing going on. He's the head of Louis Vuitton Men. He's like their creative director or something of the
Yeah.
sort. So, that was really profound for me. Another person who I haven't had the opportunity to put my hands to their face yet, but another like meaningful connection, I was able to send one of the clarifying polishes to Hannah Brofman. And that was incredible for me because she's just such a pioneer in the industry, of just, again, another multi hyphenate. I just really am always so in awe and inspired by people who can just create their own lane. Like, you don't have to pigeonhole yourself into one category. So she's someone who's done that. You know, she's a skincare investor. She's actually one of the investors in topicals.
Oh
She
wow.
started out as a DJ, you know, and yeah, now she does the influencing thing. She's a mom, she's a wife. She's like a philanthropist. So yeah, she's definitely someone that I ran into, and it was just profound that I was able to give her one of the clarifying polishes, and that was actually before the clarifying polishes even launched. It was honestly such a surreal moment for me. um it's just nothing but God, honestly. Like, you can't, I mean, you know, it's one thing to be hardworking and to, you know, get what you think you deserve based off of your hard work, but it's another thing for God to really just put you in a space and next to people who have the ability to change your life, with,
Mhm.
again, like, just by virtue of being who, like, being them and you being you. So that was something that was very profound too.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's kind of how we felt when we have a guest coming. I think we post her. I strongly we posted on our story, so I
We
guess I could
did.
say it.
We did, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I was
But
like, did
we
we?
Yeah, no, we had one of a guest that we still went on, but she wasn't able to come, and we were like, we have a guest slot open. We paid for the guest money in the studio. We need a
Hmm.
guest, and our lovely producer Tiana, love her down. Okay,
Shout out to
um,
Tiana.
she was like, hey, like, balanced black girl. I can message her really quickly and see if she has a slot open. And we were like, really? It was literally right place, right time. It was the day right before I left because last year I went to New York or New Jersey, New York 4 times, and three out of the four of those times we recorded for like a week
Wow.
straight.
We
Like we got
Hmm.
batch
off of
films
work,
every episode.
Nice.
yes, and it's just the fact that like I've been there 3 times, and the last day that I thought we ended up getting tickets to go to CultureCon. So
Nice.
glad we got those. But
That okay.
yeah,
Hmm.
it was the night before I left, and it was like balanced black girl. What the?
Right.
Oh my
No,
god,
that's huge.
that's huge. That
Yeah.
not only in the black girl podcast space, but just in the podcast space in general.
Right.
Like balanced black girl, like she just got Gabrielle Union. You know, the fact that we
I
can have
saw
that on
that.
the resume.
I know. No, that's
Yeah.
incredible. Congrats to you guys. Oh my
Thank
goodness.
You. We're so
Oh my
excited for that
goodness.
episode to come out too. Like it's literally just it's cooking in our Dropbox, like ready
In
to
our
Of
come. So
course, of course. Oh my goodness, this season is so great. You guys are doing such a fabulous job. Like, and again, persistence, but also, you know, God's grace, you know. And even with that, you guys, I'm so happy that you guys stayed and went to CultureCon. That had a domino effect on
you
this
know,
coming into fruition. So, you know, everything's aligned. Everything's aligned. I love it.
literally
yeah,
everything's a lot. And honestly, like I've never been to a convention and wanted to literally advertise it for free. Like you would have thought I was getting paid to advertise that convention because that junk was
girl,
so freaking good.
that is actually the best conference I've ever been to in my life. To this day,
That was,
I rep it like you would
Really?
think we're influencers getting paid to talk about it.
yeah,
Anyone that's willing to listen, I talk about CultureCon, and
Oh
I'm
my
like, I will go
goodness.
every single year if I can.
yeah.
Wow, I have to go next year then. I got a free ticket to go, but something happened that week. I was like mentally checked out. My social battery, it wasn't, I wouldn't have been my best self. So I clocked out. But I'm glad that Kristen clocked in, y'all clocked in. But yeah,
Yeah.
definitely this upcoming year. And you know, every year is always bigger and better. So I'm excited.
Exactly.
I can't even imagine. And also we had Imani on, and
I saw that. Yes,
that was
incredible.
so cool. And it was just the fact that she was so down to earth, but then put this big thing on. It was like, what the?
Mm-hmm.
She's
Yeah,
like us. It was
it's
Absolutely.
so crazy.
I was like, she feels like us.
Yeah,
She's the type A
Absolutely.
black girl.
I said
She's
she's a
fun.
type A black girl down.
Down.
No, she's actually, even so she was speaking at what was the Every Stylish Girl conference, the Sip and Slay,
Oh yeah.
over the summer, and she had really great pointers to this day that I follow. Like, there's this like mentor website called score.org where they literally provide free mentorship for business owners. And it like literally is life changing. It's life changing. I've had
Oh
such great
wow.
success with it. I literally talk to well, that's another one of my mentors, but as often as I want, again, free. And this is someone who's like bought and sold multiple businesses, so just really can help me. And there's like a whole network, and it goes by city too. So definitely anybody listening or watching and a business owner, check that out. It was
Yeah.
incredible. So yeah, shout out
Yeah.
Amani for
Well,
Yeah.
sharing that gem.
we can
That,
list that in the description. You said it's called score.org.
Yes, score.org.
oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
absolutely. That
Yeah.
Hmm.
that's super cool. Yeah, my little sister is a hair artist, and I was like, you have to go. Like, you have to go to CultureCon, and you need to have business cards ready, okay, and flip them out because by midday, everybody's phone is dead, okay, and all you have is your memory. And when I tell you, me and Denasia were flipping out business cards like there was no tomorrow. Like, it was
Make
crazy.
it rain, make
They're
it
like,
rain, make it rain.
business card? I'm like, yeah. And they were like, oh, can you tap my phone? I'm like, no, no. You put this in your
No.
pocket and
Hmm.
Literally.
you'll
Yeah.
go
I
from
have a
there.
QR code on my business card. I'm like, we're gonna do the
Period.
digital thing too,
You
We're gonna do the
know?
digital thing, scan it, tap in,
Yes,
newsletter, email, Instagram. You can
Girl,
email me, you text me.
the whole
mail
thing.
pigeon, whatever you need, we will get it
Well,
to you. We were locked in.
yeah,
Okay.
but me and Denasia, like, we had to take some like personal time every few hours because we were just like, everybody's talking so much. Like,
You
oh my
think
gosh.
you're a yapper until you're yapping for 8 hours straight. And I said, well,
Oh my goodness.
we literally slept through the after party. There was an after party
And
with
we paid
with Wale that we paid for, cold hard cash to be at.
Oh,
And we said,
you
okay, let's
said
just go back to the crib, take a quick little
take
nap.
a nap. That's
It's,
always how it starts. Don't
yeah.
take the nap.
I'm
Don't
not gonna
take the
lie.
nap.
When I
Don't
closed
take the
my
nap.
eyes, when I lay down and closed my eyes, I knew. I knew.
It's already a wrap. It's already a
I said,
wrap.
I'm
Yeah.
not getting back up.
And it
Please.
was
And didn't.
cold and it was low key rainy and it was just like I, after
I'm
my
already knowing.
I'm not, the makeup wasn't off because I was like, okay, if I keep it on, like it'll be fine. No, no, no.
Right.
I woke up. The nature sleeps like a bear, like a
Yeah.
genuine bear, and I was just like,
Hibernation.
she's not waking up. I'm taking off my makeup, eating leftovers, and knocking right back out.
That's
That
it.
is what it is.
That's it.
Like,
Like I can't be missing that much, like
And
I've
we
already
didn't.
networked. We didn't.
hello. I came here with an objective. I hit the objective. At this point, this is just for funsies. And yeah, I gotta get my rest. That's one thing about me. I'm gonna prioritize my rest. Okay.
Oh,
I'm a big component. Listen to your body. Listen to your body. My
mm-hmm.
body's telling me it needs a nap. Guess what? I'm gonna take a nap. I'm gonna take
Right.
a nap.
Every
Right.
time. I promise you that.
Because if I don't listen to her, who will?
Okay.
Come on
Okay.
now. Like
Like
what?
there has to be a reason why my body's prompting me to do such a thing. Now, why would I not
Girl.
listen?
Come on now.
Okay.
Well, there was a reason that night. We were asleep till 11 p.m. I think we took a nap at like 6. I don't remember waking up until 11 and the party started at 10:30. I said, "Good night."
Well, in New York City, you actually could have popped out. Like,
And I thought that when I woke up, I said low key if I showed up at midnight, that's probably when it would just start getting, up and going, but I'm in Jersey, the party was in Brooklyn, slow.
oh yeah, you gotta hop a couple ponds to, yeah.
It was so
It's not
slow.
that serious.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
I
very
said
slow.
we'll see Wale another day.
Yes,
Exactly.
literally. And then the
Exactly.
next day we ended up seeing Tim. So I said, okay, well, evened out.
Oh, nice.
It actually
Okay,
was a
exactly.
pleasure.
Because it's a couple days long, right? 2, 3.
I want to say it was
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was like a
Okay.
Saturday and a
I saw that
Sunday.
she performed there too. I was like, dang. But
two. It
Don't
was.
worry. This next year will be even better.
I literally.
exactly.
I'm so excited. They had Vogue photographers like that's a big reason why I like when I saw that there was Vogue photographers, I was like, my sister is going to be in Vogue next year based with these Vogue photographers because
Absolutely, she is.
my sister's hair stuff. It's like, how do you come up with this junk? You put it in an iPad and you put it on somebody's head. Like, how my brain does not work like that. Like, it's literally crazy. So, y'all, when y'all see my sister in Vogue, y'all can come back to this episode and be like, they called it.
Talent.
Yep. But I know we already went over skincare tips, but like, what are your essentials? I know you talked about your not clarifying. What is your brand?
Yes, clarifying polish. You got it.
Okay, clarifying polish. I've never
Yes.
heard those two words together, and I'm very excited. I'm not a big spender, but if somebody gives me a good wagon to pop on, I'll buy it. So I'm very excited. I'm
I
actually
can't wait.
I'm very excited. But what are some of your like skincare tips and essentials for anyone who is new to skincare? Because we do have some high school girlies that do listen.
Right. Honestly, just to reiterate, the definitely starting out with a good cleanser for your skin type. Of course, exfoliating, picking the correct exfoliator, but not just and like you have to monitor the frequency. So when we're starting out on exfoliation, start with twice a week, not 2 consecutive days back to back. Space it out a little, maybe like a Monday and a Thursday for a couple weeks. See how your skin adjusts to that. And then increasing it as you can. But also, it's really important to consult with a professional. It's important to consult with a professional. You don't have to do it all on your own. But also moisturizing too is a lot of people be sleeping on moisturizer, and keeping your skin properly and adequately moisturized really has a profound impact on the longevity of your skin. You know, just how you're going to age. When you see like lines and fine lines and wrinkles in people, most of it is coming from, I mean, not most of it. It depends, of course, on their age and other environmental factors, if they smoke, things like that. But proper adequate moisture, again, not just what you're putting on your face. So yes, like a great moisturizer is great, but also making sure you're maintaining those hydration levels by drinking your water. I know sometimes some days are better than others. I'm the same way. I always say like even with how I am, your skincare journey it's an ongoing journey. It's like some days, some weeks are better than others. But just, being able to hold yourself accountable when you are falling off with your water intake or whatever the case may be, just getting back on that track. So yeah, a good cleanser, good exfoliator, and again, nourishing your skin from within, drinking your water. Now, don't get me wrong, water is not gonna like cure your cystic acne, but it will keep you hydrated, which is part of the journey. And of course, I mean, do I have to say it, SPF? I feel like everybody knows that at this point.
Yes, I hope.
Yes, I
I
know.
love a
I
good
hope.
black girl sunscreen. It
Okay.
didn't work for me in North Carolina. I think it's just because of the humidity. It just did not work at all. But then I came to Colorado, which is way, way dry, and
Hmm.
it worked great. So it really adjusts depending on where you live if you are
Right.
moving, because your skincare might not work in another state. Did not realize that could be a thing.
What do you mean it didn't work?
When so I discovered black girl sunscreen in Arizona, and it
Hmm.
worked beautifully. I don't know if maybe I don't know what changed. I
Okay.
think I was definitely less stressed at one point, but then I got more stressed. There could be so many factors, but
Right.
I got to Durham, so humid. It felt like I could
Hmm.
hold water as soon as I walked out the door, and it made my skin, obviously black girl sunscreen for me makes my skin like greasy, but then my skin absorbs it. No, it
Okay.
was greasy, and it low key felt like it was like starting to droop into my eyes because it was so
Ooh.
humid. Yeah.
Right.
And then I started up again in Colorado. Perfect again. I don't
Nice.
know. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's also another, you know what, I should have mentioned that as well for people starting out. You also have to change your skincare every season. What works for you in the winter may not work for you in the summer, may not work for you in the fall. But again, I also don't advise switching up too many things all at once. So just like tweaking here and there. I always tell my clients like we can't throw a million new products at you at the same time, because then it's impossible to figure out what's working, measuring like your success with one product over the other, because we just have thrown a whole bunch of new products at you. So tweaking things as the seasons go on. So like maybe again, I have oily skin, so like in the summer I like to do more lightweight moisturizer rather than like in the wintertime doing something that's more heavy and more occlusive. So yeah, switching your skincare and also listening to your skin. I feel like I know it's confusing, the skincare industry is confusing, but listen to your skin. If your skin feels dry and tight and it's burning, that should send off an alarm. That should send off an alarm. Like something like, come on, some things. But again, in consulting with a professional, of course, when it gets a little too overwhelming. But yeah, I mean, listen to your skin. Like your skin don't usually feel like this. Like something's wrong.
Yeah. And I
Yeah.
will say to like the girlies who are like, I don't know how to set up my own doctor's appointments. ZocDoc is that girl. You put in
Mm,
your correct, make sure you have your correct insurance. You put in your zip code. You can even like be like, I want a male doctor or a female doctor. You can do all the filters, and you could be like walking distance, 2 miles away, the whole nine. Because I know I don't got a car and I
nice.
love to walk. Okay. Yeah, and make sure your company doesn't switch your insurance, because my company switched my insurance, and I went to the dermatologist, and they were like, hey, like it says it expired December 31st, but we're still going to send you in, and then we'll figure it out after. No, figure it out before you go into that room.
Hello.
Hmm.
Yeah, they switched the insurance. They sent an email, but they always send an emails.
Right.
Didn't have Cigna. I think I have United or something now. And why was the bill $700?
Sounds about right. Sounds about
To
right.
do
Because
what?
then they didn't take my new insurance to tell me I need niacinamide. I said, I'm about to crash.
Yeah. Crash
No,
out
that's
on the
so
way.
real. That is so real.
And I said, okay, well, thank the Lord I have my HSA, but I didn't want to spend it on that. So yeah, learn from me, y'all. I honestly, type A Black girls from the jump has been learned from us, so y'all can save
Hmm.
money and just save yourselves the stress of all the things we've been through. Because Lord, we've been through some things.
Tuh.
Hello.
We haven't even. I don't know what has been going on in Danae's life in February, and she don't know what's been going on in my life in February. But just know when that RBT comes out,
Baby.
y'all
2 hour
be
episode. 2 hour. Because I got something to get off my chest.
I got
Okay. I got some stories.
Oh, I'm tuning in, okay? I'm tuning
February
in.
was like a January was cute. Like it was okay, cool. Like, and the thing is, y'all know what I think. What did it? I wrote in my journal. Y'all, life is so good.
That
As soon as I wrote that,
Turn up.
the journal knows, girl.
Yeah.
You can't let the journal know you're doing too good. Because she's gonna be like, oh, okay.
Hmm.
Let's test that.
No, my thing is I speak in like future tense, like,
Mm,
oh, I have this. I'm so grateful for this and that, as if I already have it,
yeah,
to like manifest it, to
yep.
manifest it. You got to trick the journal.
Girl, that works because I did that all of 2022. And every single thing I wrote down, like I literally took screenshots and pictures of every single page. Every single thing I wrote down came true.
Hmm.
Like down to where
No,
I
I
moved to, down to career, down to schools I got into, everything.
yes.
It all came true.
I it's called scripting, and I learned of it like maybe in 2020, 2021. There was nothing to do but touch grass. So I was
Right.
just really like in my bag with like spirituality. And yeah, I really wrote out everything. I was like, I'm gonna live in New York City. I'm gonna have a celebrity clientele. I'm gonna work at a state-of-the-art dermatology office. And it honestly gives me chills looking back at it. I need to honestly do it more often.
yeah.
Because it definitely, I mean, power of the tongue.
Yep.
Like,
Power of the tongue. Like
That
when I was
worked.
in North Carolina, I was like,
yes.
oh my gosh, like I can't wait to make home cooked meals for my boyfriend. And at that point, I didn't know if I was ever going to be able to work remote, because they were like, we don't do that for early in careers. And
Mm-hmm.
and then I was like, oh, I'm gonna show y'all. Nobody ever even comes to the office. No
No.
way. I'm gonna travel a whole bunch so y'all can work remote, and y'all have no choice but to let me be remote. And then I was looking back at my journal. It's so cool to look back, and I'm like, I was so sad because I couldn't make a meal for my man. Like I was like, I'm making all this food and I'm wasting it because I don't got nobody to give it to, because I don't know how to cook for one. I know how to cook for four. I'm
Oh,
slowly learning how to cook for
good
two,
for you.
slowly. But yeah, I would say y'all please journal. And if you're
Yeah.
like my brain runs way too fast for my hand, and my hand's gonna start hurting, do a voice journal. Just start voice
Yes.
memoing. Do something.
Yes.
Look back. I promise you will not. I wish I
Mm-hmm.
did it earlier.
No, yeah. I've literally been journaling since I was in middle school. So it's been great to see. I actually just finished that journal. It was literally encompassed 10 years from 2014 to 2024.
Oh
And
my
it was
God.
like, oh my God. I was telling my Instagram, I was like, if you ever did me wrong, just know my kids are gonna know about you and they're gonna be on
No,
your head
you're
because I'm leaving
in the
this for them.
like you're
Yeah.
Yeah.
in the journal. Once you're in the
You're
journal, and once I tell my mom, it's wraps.
okay. It's please. All the prayer warriors are gonna gang up against you and
Well,
pray on your downfall.
Okay, good
promise.
luck.
Good luck, Charlie.
Best of
For
luck.
yeah, it's
Y'all
my
be
journal,
easy.
my mom, and my sisters. My sisters, Because I might forget, but my sisters won't.
Mm-mm.
I
Never.
promise you.
I'm not gonna
Never.
lie. I'm sometimes I realize I'm kind of a I'll forgive and forget why I forgave. Like I know why I'm mad. Oh no, the other way around. I will forget why I was mad, but I know I was mad about something. And I'm like, I can't
Mm.
remember what they did to me specifically, but I know how it made me feel, and I didn't forget
Right.
that.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
So
healing.
that's what my mom is too. She's like, I forgot what they did, but I don't like them. I'm like, okay, girl.
So they did something.
That's it. Oh my gosh. Now you do have. Why do I keep on? It's not a clarifying toner. What is it?
Clarifying polish.
Thank you.
No
Clarifying. That's such
problem.
a pretty. I love that name.
Thank
I
you.
love how it flows. Other than the clarifying polish, what are your go-to products that you can't live without? Whether that's makeup, skincare, lotions, because you look real
Mm.
moisturized. Can you give us the whole
Oh,
thing?
yes. Now this is my time to shine and
Okay.
plug some Black-owned brands. LV, if you are listening, it's ELLE space VIE.
Mm.
They have this scent. It's entitled Girls Night.
Mm.
Excuse my French. It should be entitled Come Give It to Me because it smells
Hey,
so
come
good.
on.
It
Yeah.
smells so good. It's so enticing. And they have actually, matter of fact, it's literally right here. It's right here. It's, let me put it on. It's literally, it gives you the glow. It smells incredible. And they also have a shea butter stick. So, sometimes when you get out the shower, you don't feel like rubbing your hands together and rubbing all over your
Yeah.
body. They have a stick that you can just do. Really simple
Period.
and easy and quick. So this is definitely a staple because again, I always like my skin to look glowing.
I mean, you
Um,
really have no choice with your career.
Okay, you
hello,
are the canvas.
hello.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm really my own walking billboard. Like, I cannot be caught lacking under any circumstance. They can be like, girl, you talking all that and you ashy. Like, like, nah, it's not gonna be me. No, 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 no. Okay, so in addition to the clarifying cloth, and then they work in conjunction because the clarifying cloth exfoliates, I'm in the shower and then I put the oil on, it just seals the deal. And then I love my Fenty glosses. I just any
Oh.
gloss. I can't do dry lips either. Can't do dry lips under any circumstance. Yeah, so I actually just got it's like the Gloss Bomb. She's always coming out with a new lip product.
Yes.
Mhm.
And I'm eating them up because they're so pigmented. They're so pigmented. Actually, I think I might have it on me. Yep, I do. I do. Because again, it's an
Keep it
essential.
on
So I got
you.
to keep it by my side. I got to keep it by my side. Oh, okay. And one more. This Valentino Born Aroma Intense. Oh, God.
Hello.
Matter of
Talk to me. We're
Oh,
talking
my
the same
God.
language.
Yeah, this is matter of fact, I went to go today to get the travel sizes because this looks rather ridiculous. Why am I carrying around this full size bottle?
Girl, I
But
do the same
the
thing.
travel size did not hit the same. It had I don't know if it's too concentrated in that little itty bitty bottle, but it didn't smell like this one. It didn't smell like this
Mm.
one, and I know because I be drowning in it. So
It- Listen,
this
between
And what
that
color?
one. Oh wait, yeah. Let's get into
Yeah,
that
what
shade
color is
first.
that?
is the Gloss Bomb Sticks Hibiscus.
Hibiscus. Okay. We're
Yes.
Period.
gonna make a
Yeah.
whole when we post this. We're gonna make a whole rundown.
Yes, a hibiscus. I have a little insecurity with my lips. I feel like they might be a little dark. I was considering getting my lips tattooed, so any product
Oh,
with like a good natural pigment, love.
Yeah.
girl, do it. I got my lips tattooed years ago, and I love it.
And
It
oh,
lasts.
okay, so that was the green light.
It lasts. Yep. Yeah. I
How
was
many
like,
sessions?
I did one session. This was back in 2023, and I got a
Okay.
follow-up session in 2024. And
Yeah.
it was just basically like I told the lady, I said, I just kind of want it to look like I have permanent lip liner on at all times. So I got to keep
Mm-hmm.
on applying it. And she was like, let's
Yeah.
do it. And so she did like a natural pinky tone, but like I had to
It
do
looks
a lot of
beautiful. Of
research because a lot of lip blushers do
course.
not work on black lips. And I said, I don't want to look crazy and this tone to like not match my skin tone. So I
Of
found
course.
somebody on her page that had like a similar skin tone to me and I followed what she did on her lips and she replicated it. And now like
Nice.
y'all know I'm a topicals girl down. I be
Of
talking about
course
this.
I know.
Keep this thing on me, okay, at all times.
Amen.
But now it's like it's so easy. I just use my topicals, and then I don't have to apply any lip
I love
liner.
that. Oh,
So
I love
yeah,
that.
it's worth
Yeah.
it.
You know, high maintenance to be low maintenance. Like, yeah, you
Mhm.
might have to make that investment, but it saves you money in the long run,
And it
right?
looks great. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, your lips look incredible, honestly.
Thank
Honestly,
you.
you've motivated me. And you had the correct process. That's how it should be when I want the listeners to know that's exactly how it should be. Again, seek out somebody who has exemplified similar work to what your desired outcome is on your skin type, on your skin color, and then go from there. Because look at now you look perfect and beautiful. And you didn't have any adverse reaction. I love that.
Because I
Yeah,
was
and you don't do
nervous.
anything extra. You don't have to like carry around like a lip liner because you have it already on.
Right.
Exactly. And my mom was
One
like, "Girl,
less
you
thing to
just be
lose.
doing anything." She was like, "What are you talking? Like, you just be doing anything." But find someone that works for you.
True.
She's actually a tattoo artist, so like she tattoos
Nice.
for a living. It's just like she did it cosmetically. So
Hmm.
I can link her Instagram too of who I went to because I could not find anyone that did lip tattoos on black lips at all
She's
besides her.
not on the East Coast, is she?
She's in New York. Yeah.
Oh, look at God.
Yeah. I'm gonna send you to her. I'm gonna
Look
send you. I'm gonna send you because
at
she saves me.
God.
Are there
Wow.
are there any other cosmetic treatments that you're like, okay, now that like I'm a grown woman, I have like all the things that I know that I might not like, and I've changed it. I feel like I can tell the girlies this is good to get done if they'd like it or if they have any insecurities with it.
Now, okay, I'm gonna break this down by skin concern.
Okay.
Your skin concerns acne and hyperpigmentation. I love a good chemical peel.
Mm.
And we can go low and slow. I mean, I feel like sometimes chemical peels can warrant like a jump scare type of reaction. Like people are like, "Why are you shedding like a snake? Ew, you look gross." Let my mama tell it. She's like, "What are you doing to your face?" Like she's like, "Oh my gosh." Um, but no, a good chemical peel with a trusted provider, and if you outline your desired outcome that can really help. They have chemical peels like salicylic acid peels that like target acne specifically. They have the more in-depth peels that of course target pigmentation. Love a good chemical peel. And again, it's just like a great exfoliating treatment. It's just a chemical acid solution cocktail that really just promotes just getting that dead skin off in one big sweep and addressing the concerns. Now, if you are just like a girly who wants to get into skincare and just wants to be like anti-aging, get ahead of the curve, like you've done the Botox and so on and so forth. Um, I love microneedling. And microneedling also great for people with like atrophic, which is like indented acne scarring, because what that is doing is it's really working on the deeper layer of skin tissue. So like there's three layers of skin tissue. There's the uppermost layer, which is the one that we see, that's your epidermis, and then there's that mid layer, which is your dermis. That's where all your collagen and your elastin is formed. And collagen and elastin are the proteins that are responsible for giving your skin just its life, its buoyancy, just allowing it to snap back. When you see people with lines and wrinkles, that's actually in like sagging skin, that's indication of collagen loss. And as we age, we lose between 1 to 3% of collagen every year. So, what microneedling is doing is it's creating, in a controlled way, it's like creating a wound healing response. So, think like when you were a kid and you would fall and you would scrape your knee. In order for your skin to repair itself, it would send blood cells, it would send wound healing properties, collagen, elastin to kind of attack that area and promote just skin regeneration. So when you're doing a microneedling treatment, these little tiny needles are penetrating to the dermal layer of your skin tissue, and in a controlled way that's signaling to your immune system like, oh, like we're hurting here, like send wound healing properties here. So it signals collagen formation, elastin formation, and that's why it helps with those acne scarring, like indentations, because again, it's literally like, okay, fill this in right here. Like I need collagen right here. So it helps repair the skin in that way. And again, even if you don't have acne scarring and you really just want something like a skin tightening or just something that's gonna help rejuvenate your skin, give you like a brighter look. I love a microneedling treatment. It's just the bread and the butter. And again, it's working on that mid layer of skin tissue, which is where the collagen and elastin is formed. And that's another reason why SkinSavior in New York was founded, because again, you can slab all the creams and everything that you want on your skin, but you really have to take care of it from within. So,
Mhm.
what you're eating, if you're exercising, things of that nature. And then, of course, like these effective clinical grade treatments that are scientifically proven to, better your skin for like, for the long term.
Yeah.
Oh wow. You just made me feel so much better about chemical pills and microneedling because I was so afraid to
Right.
do that. Like I've never done that before because I was like,
Hmm.
I have sensitive skin. I don't want to have to go through what I
Right.
went through before. But like hearing that, I'll be booking an appointment.
Yes.
Let's just say that.
Oh, I can't wait to get my hands on you. I can't wait.
And I last question. I don't know about you moms, but what about like the red light therapy mask? Like, what do you think about those?
Yes. I love red light therapy. I love LED therapy. I love blue light therapy. However, these, the generally speaking, the red light therapy and like the masks that are made for consumers on the market, they're the only way that you will get the same benefit that you would say getting like a red light therapy or blue light therapy from like a medical spa is if you're consistently using it a couple times a week, because real red light and blue light therapy, like in the spas, you have to have goggles to cover your eyes because it can have a detrimental effect on it, can actually cause you to go blind, because they're at such a high wattage. And again, another thing, like this red light and blue light is clinically proven and to be effective. Blue light kills acne-causing bacteria. Red light stimulates collagen production, increases wound healing properties. So these ones that they make for consumers, they are at a lower wattage. So if you want to get the same benefit, you just would need to be committed to using it a couple times a week, or else like maybe not. But
Mhm.
Gotcha. It's that
yeah,
Good.
consistency. Mm.
yes, every consistency is the key with everything.
Truly and
You
surely. Yeah.
know?
Truly. But mom, do you have any last questions for Morgan before we get into what we got going on in the world?
Yeah, I was wondering like what's your number one ingredient or like product when it comes to anti-aging if you want to get ahead of it. And also is there a such thing as getting ahead of it? Like is there a such thing as preventative anti-aging products or is it kind of just like the inevitable it's going to happen regardless? There's not really much you can do to prevent it.
No, I mean, of course there are. I mean, we're all aging we're just aging at different rates. Every day is a new day. We're older than the day before. So you can get ahead of it. Again, I love a good preventative Botox treatment. I know that's a little controversial, but like a baby Botox, because again, you have to think, I mean, scientifically, if you're freezing muscles, you're unable to make these angry faces and use those muscles, so you're incapable of worsening those lines. So that's how that works by preventing like signs of aging. Um, but retinol is really, really something I would say if you can't afford the clinical treatments, I always tell my clients seek out a dermatologist and get a retinol prescription. If you have insurance, it could be as low as I think I literally just paid $6 the other week to get what's called tazarotene. It's like a step up from tretinoin, but
Okay.
retinol, it's clinically proven again to smooth fine lines and wrinkles, to help with desquamation, which is your like your body's natural process of shedding dead skin cells, renewing the skin. It helps with acne. It helps with hyperpigmentation. It really does it all, but you just have to use it properly. When you're
Mhm.
starting, again, pea-sized amount for the whole face, it'll feel like you're not using enough. That's how it should feel. When you start out, maybe once or twice a week, just depending on how sensitive your skin is, and then increasing it as the months go by. And if you're really sensitive, layering it. I like to call it the sandwich method. So maybe putting your moisturizer on first, like well, wash your face first, and then put the moisturizer on to like lock in the moisture. If you find that your skin is really dry, using the retinols can cause you to be like flaky and a little sensitized. So putting in that moisturizer on first, and then putting the retinol, the pea size amount of the retinol on
Mhm.
after to seal the deal. But yeah, definitely that would be to get ahead of. I honestly, I'd be like, I want to look like a teenager. Like, like I want
Listen,
people to be
baby
like,
girl.
you own a business? Like, how? Like, you look like a baby. It's like, it's a retinol. And
Well,
of course, the treatments too.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh my
Good
gosh.
to know. Yeah, I want to be sponsored by Tretinoin. Like I want people to not
Same.
even know how old I am ever.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, try knowing is what I want to start next. So that's good to know because right now I'm on
Yes.
adapalene and I want to take it a step up. So
Yeah, it's time to kick it up a notch. You've been on the epidural, the adapalene, and adapalene is a great place to start. It's gentle, it's effective, but there's just different tiers, different classes of retinoids and retinols. But yeah, the prescriptions are like the gold standard. Anything that's on the market, like over the counter, is just like a lesser version. So it's not gonna be as strong, which could be good for some people who have sensitive skin, but again, the gold standard is that prescription.
period. I will be contacting my derm on Monday. Thank you very much.
Of course, of course.
Oh my goodness gracious. Moms, do you have any, I know we're almost at time. Do you have any why would you say that?
um No, the only, to be honest, I've been a little unplugged. But the only thing I have seen when I am plugged into social media is this drama between Hallie and DVD, whatever his name is.
DDG?
I wasn't gonna call him by name, but yes, that man,
Okay, I was,
the,
I
the
was like,
man
what?
that is embarrassing the Little Mermaid. Yes.
Yes, gotcha. I got mad, so mad in February. I deleted Twitter, so I literally have no clue what's going on.
Oh,
Oh wow.
Yeah,
girl. Long story short, this man is all up and down Twitch or whatever he streams on, talking about Hallie and how she not letting him see his kid. And he drove 2 hours to her house trying to pick up Halo. And he was like, oh, Halo's sick, so I'ma just chill in her house with him downstairs and she can be upstairs. She told that man, get out of my house. As she should, it's her house.
Hello.
I'll pay
And
for
he's
this.
mad and trying to blast her on the internet is basically what happened.
No.
I hate to see it. I really do.
Diva down. Like,
Okay, like whatever y'all got going on. We know too much. Like, why do we know that occurred?
we shouldn't know
What?
that.
Hello, that's not our business. They
We
don't got
Mm-mm.
nothing to
shouldn't
do
know
with
that.
us. Like, y'all need to handle that internally. He's really after my girl. Like, he is working overtime.
I agree. Honestly, after reviewing said footage, it's giving he's jealous. It's giving he's envious of her because why are you trying to tear down her image?
Yeah.
This is the only thing. This is the only negative press this girl's ever had.
Right, right.
Ever. Ever.
Mm-mm-mm.
We've seen her since Disney Channel. She's been good.
Listen,
What?
yeah, it's really
Ugh.
frustrating.
What's
I don't
wrong?
know.
I know.
I feel like the whole baby mama, baby daddy drama in general, it's very disappointing. Like, especially for
It
Hallie,
is.
because it's like diva down. Like another one of us trapped in this baby daddy cycle of someone embarrassing you. Like Kiki Palmer too. It's a
Right.
long list of them that get caught up in this.
For real. For real. You gotta protect your womb. Protect the womb.
Make sure y'all taking y'all birth control, especially in these next 4 years. 3 years and 10 months. Make
Me,
sure.
me and Faith
Because
always say there's a war on wombs right now. She's safe.
Absolutely.
I
It's
mean,
terrifying.
through and through. I mean, yeah, the type A black nieces and nephews might be pushed to after his term. We'll see. I don't know.
We
I
Right.
had
don't know.
a timeline, but he wasn't a part of this timeline. That little orange. He just wasn't. And every day I open my eyes and I look at my news podcast and I say, what? That's not
Something
real.
new.
And it's
No, it's
real.
it's
Every
unbelievable. It's actually unbelievable. And it's
it's
like you want to stay informed, but also you don't want to get yourself worked up. So it's like, where's the healthy balance? Um, where's the healthy balance? Like I'm tired of being outraged, but also I just don't want to be complacent. So,
Yep. Yep.
I
ugh,
don't know what the balance is. I had watched a 5 minute TikTok update on how we're pretty much probably about to go in a recession again, like 2008,
right.
and it drained me so much. And I knew I should have just played my audiobook as soon as I went on my walk. I was like, no, I told you one swipe and it can get you down a rabbit hole.
Mm.
Them
Okay.
5 minutes ruined my entire night, and I literally just had to sit. I couldn't do anything because I was like, how am I supposed to deal with that news? What?
Where do we go from here? Where do we
Right.
go from here? Like I can't just act like everything is sunshines and rainbows
It's
It's
not.
not.
The most I
at
could
all.
do is boycott Target and do small things in my day to make a difference. But like,
True.
how are we
That's
gonna
it.
stop this man?
No, literally.
Somebody got somebody.
Like There gotta be a plan of action. There gotta be a plan of action.
And I mean, B16 something. We have to make a
We
change,
got
okay?
to do something.
Hello. We have to unite, okay? Like organize, organize.
Some lady was like, "So the day after it happens, what are we gonna do?" I said,
Eh, we need to get in the field.
Hello. Too much talking, not enough doing.
Thank you.
"Y'all know what?"
Okay.
I know old boy was in some Reddit threads, some deep subreddits. He got some friends. I know it. He was on Reddit.
Hello.
Come on,
Hello.
man.
Let's talk about, but that might have been a setup, honestly. I'm not so convinced.
I just
I'm not so convinced.
there has to be more of him though. He had to have a little friend group.
He had
You
to.
know?
He had to. I'm interested to see what that case looks like. There's a lot of things I'm interested to
There's
see how
so
this
many
will play out.
cases.
Yeah.
I know.
Like,
We can't
yeah,
keep on.
I don't know how we're going to do this, but it's just like, you know what? Like, if our grandparents could survive Reagan, my parents, I don't even know, and I guess my mom, when she was a little kid, could survive Reagan. I guess, but my mom was like, Reagan wasn't even this bad. And I was like,
But
You
I
know,
think Reagan was that bad. I think he was just a lot slicker about it. I think this is very much in our face, very in
yeah.
front of us, like something you can't ignore.
mhm.
And he
Unfortunately, I
had
think
4 years to plot,
yeah,
Yeah,
like this has been brewing for a fact.
Mm-hmm.
for a
And
fact. And it's
he's
like,
unapologetic about it.
truly, and it's like knowing, like I had talked to one of my friend's boyfriends, and he was like, because me and Dammy were like, we don't know who we voted for. I was like, me though, we gotta ask though, we gotta ask. So we asked, and he's like, no, like I was canvassing, like I was trying to get all my friends to vote for Kamala. I said, okay, good, okay, I wasn't expecting that out of
Nice.
you. Okay, good, okay, cool. He was like, but my dad, he didn't vote for Kamala because she was a woman. I said, oh,
Yeah.
whoa. I've never heard of somebody that I've met like, oh my,
Yeah.
this is
There's so many misogynists running around. And then misogynoir, we put that, don't be a woman and be black. Like, you doing too much. Again, pick a struggle. Pick a
Yeah.
struggle.
And don't let you be successful and educated too. Now it's just
Hello.
like a
And now you think you know
quadruple.
something? Oh, please.
Right.
Oh,
Remember
please.
your place is what they basically said.
Hello. Now y'all
no.
gonna got a little too far.
And it's not even, I hate to say it, it's not even just like we think it's, well, for us, 92% of black women, shout out to us, we're part of the 92%. But
Mm-hmm.
even some other like
Okay.
black men that I know, my friend, she was talking to this guy and she asked him who he was voting for, like out of a joke, because she was going to the voting booth. And he was like, well, it's not Kamala. And he's black. And she said, well, who else could it be? And she was like, you have sisters, you have a mother. Like, you need to think about other people when you're voting because this impacts not just you. And he said, they have their own vote. They should use it wisely. I said,
Well,
oh, okay. Mind you, his
yeah.
little sister can't even vote. The girl's 13. But regardless, they have their own vote. They should use it wisely. I'm voting for me because prices are expensive. Eggs are however much. I said,
Has the price of eggs gone down?
the price of eggs
So,
skyrocketed.
And I mean booming. Crack.
Can't even get an egg.
okay. I saw it was $15 some. I think they were organic the other day, but $15 for 12 eggs, organic eggs. Okay. All right. That's what y'all
Right.
want. And
Right.
just wait till the tariffs. Oh my gosh, the tariffs. They don't even know what they're in for.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
needless to say, this podcast is a
Yeah.
live documentation of your real life
Live.
issues. Okay, we will go back and
Live.
listen to this years later and be like, "Wow,
Yeah.
2025 was a mess."
Yes.
Through.
But I always say we survived the first term, we can survive the second.
God be
Lord
willing.
willing. Yeah, exactly.
Because this one feel like it's on X Games mode. Like, it's just,
Yeah.
what did he do now? Like, my mom's like, oh, did you hear what he did?
Girl,
No, I
every
didn't.
day my mom be like, "You hear what he?" I'm like he's somebody we know. She'd be like, "Yeah, he did this today." I'm like, "Who are we talking about?"
I think maybe it's just a black mom thing. I don't. They want to keep us informed, but it's like, Mom, I just woke up. I
Right.
did 2 meetings and then I called you. No, I don't know what that man did.
Hello.
I didn't have time.
It's like, do you have a direct line? Let me find out.
I swear
Keep
she
on talking.
does. I swear she does. Because I said I didn't
I
even see it. This is before the CNN even got to it. You're quicker than
Okay.
TMZ. How do you
Like I got my
do
notifications on. Like how I miss it.
like no, but then Facebook warriors. Moms are very much Facebook warriors, and they be having
Yeah.
it down.
this? Don't let it
I
be in
said,
a
Mom, don't.
WhatsApp group chat.
Oh,
Okay.
Honestly, I'm gonna say it here first. I want Mark Zuckerberg personally to shut down my mother and my father's Facebook account.
You
Please.
said no conspiracy. This is my doing.
I'm so tired of it. I'm so tired of it. Like, oh dear Lord. And they stopped the whole censor, like the fact check censor thing. So we just spreading mass information. Did you see? I'm like, does this even look real to you? Like,
that's
let
AI.
us
It's literally AI.
like, but they don't know no better. Like, they don't know no
Okay, I'm not
better.
gonna lie.
Like,
Sometimes the AI be getting me too. I'm not gonna lie. It's gotten good, and I've been seeing a
fair.
few pictures where I'm like, they missing a thumb, and I realize,
Fair, fair. You do
Yeah,
have to have a trained eye. That is fair, but
yeah, yeah.
no.
I can't get on Facebook. It hurts my head. I don't know when it started hurting my head, but it hurts my head. But Dammy gets on it once in a while just to like check on his like family and stuff. And he'll be like, "Did you see what your mom just posted?" I said, "Well, no, I don't have that app downloaded. If I ever did, I have to go through Safari to log in. I
Right.
literally only have it for Spotify because that's how I started my Spotify account. But and I'm like, actually, I don't want to because then I see just I call it spaghetti text, just lines.
Yes.
Lines, and I'm just like, I talked to her less than an hour ago. She told me my mom is two different people. FaceTime mom and then Charity on Facebook. Two different people. And I'm like, Mom, what do you mean you went on a date? How did I FaceTime you 5 times a day? What? Like it's like,
I
I
love
feel
it.
like my mom's Facebook is her Finsta. So that's not none of my business.
yeah,
I
that'll do
love
it.
that she treats Facebook like that. I feel like we need to bring back that type of candidness on social media, you know?
Honestly,
That's what social media was like. Nobody was so caught up in what other people were thinking. It was a nice time. Honestly, I'm trying to reinvent that. Bring it like make Instagram, make Facebook fun again. Like, who
make it
cares?
cash. Honestly, I
Okay.
feel like close friends and Finsta
Close
is what
friend.
ruined it. Like the second you're able to put all
Um,
your crazy thoughts and oh my god, this happened into like a select group of people only seeing it, that's what ruined it. If everything was public and there was no close friends and no Finstas, you would have no choice but to post
You're
on your
right.
main. So I think that's what
Right.
killed it. Like Facebook, there is no close friends as far as I know. I ain't been on in
My
5 years, but
goodness.
last time I checked,
It's
No, it's the best. The best thing about Facebook is hometown Facebook. Like the people in your
home.
hometown, they be cutting up on Facebook. I love it. I love it. Honestly, I like all the
girl,
drama. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I'm like, who did
listen.
what? Especially if you come from a small town.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes. And Arizona is literally a small town, and all my family knows everybody because we had like a mega church growing up. So it's like if I want to see what is it, a pregnancy photo shoot or a gender reveal or a fight, give me about 3, 4 scrolls. I'm
Oh.
gonna find it. I'm gonna see it.
Oh, I was just looking at a fight the other day. I'm like, dang, as soon as it get warm outside, they fighting. But I'd rather them be fighting than shooting. So I was like, okay,
Girl, bring back
okay.
this.
Bring back fists. Bring back fists. Okay. I was like, dang, that's right down the street. They fighting.
Oh, that's so. It's
Oh
like
my
it's
god.
like a universal experience, literally.
No,
Yeah,
it's great.
girl. Or
It's
arguing.
great.
I can't even say nothing because I for sure was arguing when people was talking about Beyonce and Cowboy Carter. I was in them comments. Like,
Of
what do you mean by
course.
that? So,
Care to elaborate?
right. What do you mean, Veronica? Explain. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, Denasia
No.
rides, and I mean rides that horse. Okay, look at that horse. Look
Ride
at that horse for real.
for real.
Yes.
I'm a ride,
Oh,
not a die, but I will ride.
we gonna ride. We gonna joyride.
Yeah.
But
But moms,
Morgan,
we are already at
I
125,
mean,
so
half. I mean,
we just be
we've
yapping.
had a ball.
I I told y'all birds of a feather, yappers.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes. Thank you so much for coming on, Morgan. We will link all
Yes.
your products down below. We will also, you guys know when we have guests, we do a spotlight on Instagram, so you guys will see her there as well. But Morgan, thank you so much for coming. This was great.
Of
Amazing.
We
course.
haven't had a guest in a minute.
I'm so glad I could break the ice again. Thank you
Yes.
guys again. It's been incredible. We definitely, I mean, I'm just excited for what's to come too. I mean, you guys dropped the little tidbits. I'm all the way tapped in, and I can't wait again to get my hands on you, Denasia. Faith, when
Girl,
you're
me
ever on the
too.
East Coast, I can't wait. I can't wait. So thank you guys. It's honestly been so enjoyable. I'm really glad
Thank
that we got the
you. I feel like
opportunity to
I
do
learned
this.
so much from you. So thank you.
So much.
Good. Good.
Goodness. Yeah.
Yes.
I had so many
Amazing.
questions and I asked them all. So yeah, thank you so
Yes.
much for being on. But you guys can find Morgan Brown and all the links down below. And again, just thank you so much for your knowledge and your brain and your beauty and your
Oh,
skin and the
thank you,
whole
guys.
nine.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Just thank you so much for coming. And again, thank you to Kristen and
Yes, shout out to Chris.
Yes.
Yes, and to Culture Con and Amani. Yes, all of the
Yep.
things that
All
aligned
the
us to be
above.
here.
yeah,
Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, and we'll talk soon.
absolutely.
Bye,
Okay,
guys. See
love
you
y'all.
later.
Bye.
Bye bye.